what's up you guys? Thomas back with another Linscents video. Today the birthday wifey is in the house. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Everybody wish her a happy birthday.
Today is literally my birthday, August 1st.
And today is also, with that being said, a birthday day. Today is giveaway day. Within this video somewhere, if you have taken part of the giveaway, we're going to put a name somewhere in this video. You're going to get a hold of me through Facebook or even on YouTube. And we will send you out a box load of fragrances. Again, I did promise a box load of fragrances, and that you will get. But before we get into that, just want to say thank you guys. Again, it is an honor to be playing on one of those electronic devices. Whether it's that cell phone, that tablet, that laptop, that Macintosh, that brand new big screen TV, whether you watch me at home, at work, on a plane, a train, or an automobile, or maybe you're like me, today you've finally stepped foot into a store that you feel a little bit uncomfortable in, and maybe you're about to go buy a fragrance. Hold off on that, because we might got the solution for you today. But if you're new to this channel, you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, comment, and like. Likes are very, very important. Now, the wifey is here because, well, one, it is her birthday, so I decided to bring birthday wife into the video. And two, me and the wife kind of have different perspectives on certain things, okay? So, as you guys all know, I'm cheap. I will encourage you to buy the cheapest fragrance you can find as long as it's close to the real thing.
And you like
because I don't think spending a lot of money on something when there's something that can do it just as good for a fraction of the cost makes any sense. And so I walked into a couple of stores today that I feel real uneasy about, but I must admit today, the associates are really the reason why I never go into these stores, but they were actually quite gentle today. They weren't abusive. They didn't come over there aggressively trying to get me to buy a fragrance that I don't even have the money for. Because that's the problem with some of these stores, these Nordstroms, these Louis Vuitton stores. You go there and they literally try to tell you what you can get, as if they know my financial, abilities. They just tell you, you can get this, you can get this. Oh yeah, you can get that $900 clone. No, I can't. But today, a nice guy was nice enough to give me a couple samples of some Louis Vuitton fragrances, and I do have some clones of them. Now, the reason why the wife is here is because, in my personal opinion, I think the wife could be persuaded by name brand, okay? If she sees Louis Vuitton and then she sees the Ardell Saffron, I think she might just go to the Louis Vuitton because it is Louis Vuitton, regardless if the Ardell Saffron smells the same. So we will test that theory. We'll see if she thinks that this fragrance is any good. Again, we got the original, the real deal from Louis Vuitton, and then we have the knockoff clone version, if you will, from Ardell Saffron. Now, before I get into this real quick and before she raises her hand and gets a question, one of these fragrances, the clone, she actually has a clone of as well. She has like a couple of them in this lineup that she actually likes. So we finally got a hold of the real deal, and I actually got a few of them, so we will do some videos here and there throughout the week. But you had your hand up. Yes. Question time.
You said that I can be persuaded, and like I'll go for the name brand, but sometimes I like to show you that you can afford life's luxuries here and there by using his credit card to buy me luxury items.
This is where she kind of is like most of you guys, the ones that come on here and are like, well, just go get the real thing. She's kind of the same in that aspect, because she will say, just save your money and buy the real deal. If you really want the real deal, the only thing is,
but that's for
man, $300 when I can buy like 10 real good ones. And again, who knows if they're any good? Again, that's why we have both of these in front of me. We can really test that out today.
But what if it was like your favorite fragrance?
And here's one more thing why I kind of go against it. Now, again, if you have like 10 fragrances, okay, then go for it, okay? But if you have a huge collection like me, and honestly, I like to smell different every single day, even if there's a fragrance in here that I really, truly love, I might wear it once and the next day go to a fragrance I absolutely hate just to smell different. So that's the thing I think with, if you really watch these frag heads, okay, when they show you a bottle that's almost completely empty, that might be a bottle that they first originally bought before they started this, and that's why it's empty. It's not empty because now they have 1,000 fragrances and they keep going back to that one. Trust me, they do not. Trust me, they do.
Or
not.
they have somebody in the household that like it and
that really likes it and they use it. Okay, so
I use some of this.
That is the thing. There's plenty of fragrances that I absolutely love in here that I will not wear every day because I just want to smell different every single day. So, with that being said, let's finally get into this. I know you guys are going to complain, but again, you guys got to be watching this video anyways to see if you won. And so today we are going to be talking about, this is the real deal, and it comes from Louis Vuitton as stated earlier, and this is Afternoon Swim, okay? And then we do have the Afternoon Swim from the Art Al Zafran Privé lineup. Now, this thing costs $20 for a 30 ml, $20, okay? This, fortunately, I was able to get for free because the guy was nice. But if I had to pay for it, he probably would have charged me $50. So $50 for this dinky little thing, or the third $20 for this big size, okay? So we will test it out. Again, when a new fragrance comes out, honestly, it is going to have to be something that I've never smelled before. It is going to have to be a wower because once you've smelled almost 1,000 fragrances, some of them just start smelling the same. And, and maybe our nose is going bad. And she's also here because she actually has some skin that is untouched by any fragrance. My whole arm is touched by a certain fragrance, so if I spray it on here, it might alter the smell. So I want her to go close her eyes so she's not persuaded by the one that's going on what arm, because she's not gonna know until she smells it, okay? So we'll put this one, no eyes open, okay, please? So this one here, we'll go to the right arm. Just show you guys I am spraying it. And then on the other side, we'll do this one. Just let those dry off just a little bit. Now you can open your eyes. And let's smell. Let's go to the right first. Very bright, citrusy. I'll let her smell it too. Bright, citrusy, almost kind of bitter.
Yeah.
It's kind of bitter because it kind of smells a little bit like the orange peel, the white part of an orange, but very bright, very citrusy, very, in my opinion, very summery, very beachy, vibe-ish, if you will, or even just walking along a nice little, pier or something like that, something like easy as that. I wouldn't say a beach because it doesn't have that, the suntan vibe, but definitely like if you're just walking along a beach or a shoreline, that, okay? So very bright, very citrusy, kind of bitter, but very good. Let's go to this one. Let me go to this one more.
This doesn't have that bitter, no bitterness in this one, right? No bitterness in this one. I don't smell any bitterness.
To me, the bitterness is there. It's not as prominent as this one. Now.
But this one isn't. This one's more sweet with the pungent bitterness, but this one is more, I would say, relaxed. I just don't get that bitterness like I do this one.
Let me smell one.
That's just me.
I think I'm kind of getting a little bit of woodiness in the background with this one. Now, again, you got to kind of remember where I sprayed, when you spray directly on your skin, because a fragrance will shoot out like a mist, okay, you got to make sure that you smell up and down that little portion, okay, because some spots might have where most of the juice hit, and then up here might be where the least amount of juice hit. And so when you're smelling like that, really give yourself the, the up and down treatment, the back and forth, if you will. Get the whole whiff, if you will. Let's whiff over here too.
My eyes are burning.
And one more over here.
I don't know. This one is more sweet to me, and I like sweeter fragrance. Is this one sweeter to you?
I would say, again, some of these fragrances are inspired. Okay, remember, inspired. And, you know, some of you guys are going to come on here and say, inspired, well, I want the clone. Now, here's the thing. If you think about it, think of how many fragrance brands come out and then they come out with a reformulated batch because they probably forgot how they made that first original batch, the batch that you guys crave so much. And then when they make this new one, they forgot to add a little bit of this, a little bit extra of that, and so therefore it has a different batch code. People don't like it as much as the original. And so that's the thing with these clones. Now again, some of them, they're considered clones in the frag community, but to me, they are inspired. So it is supposed to at least get you somewhat close to the real thing, okay? And if you get close enough, then you kind of go from there. Because again, you might actually like that there's a little bit less of a certain note in the real thing compared to the other one. The other one may have a little bit more of this green note. The other one may have a little bit more of that citrus note. There are some dogs in play over here and they're bothering the heck out of us. Hey, but I will say, I do think the left side, one more. Okay. I think the right side comes off a little bit more sharp, a little bit more punchy, if you will. Where this side is a little bit more mellow, a little bit more soft. They both have a little touch of sweetness, a little bit more bitterness. This one, obviously, the bitterness comes through a little bit more. Again, but I think it comes off more bright and crisp than that one. I think that one is a little bit more mellow.
I think the bitterness has died down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now it's kind of got that sweetness, that sweet orangey smell. Okay. So this one kind of stayed that way almost. It is tough.
I'm going to go with this side. I like this.
So she's going to go with the right.
But only after it died down. In the beginning, I did not like this.
Now, before I mention it, do you at least smell similarities, at least?
They are very similar. This one is just a little bit more loud than this one.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So, we know a lot of you guys like loud fragrances. You guys, a lot of you actually determine a purchase off of how loud a fragrance is. If it's beast mode, if it's going to get compliments, if it's going to have a loud bubble, you go based off of that. And so with that being said, she said this one seems a little bit louder. So that's that. That one, less bitter, more kind of sweet. This one, honestly, they are really close.
They are, now that this one died down, they are very similar. I just feel like this one is more, like you can smell it further away, and then this one is just, I feel like this is gonna last all day at the same level.
So you might get one that might last all day on the skin, whereas the other one might project more. So you get one that projects more and might not last as long, and then the other one will probably last all day but not project as more. So here's the thing. We don't know how these are going to be, if we're going to be able to smell them throughout the day. We're just going based off of smell. And I will start to tell the wife that you actually picked this one as your favorite. So that was on the right side. Remember, I sprayed that on the right side. I gotta admit, they were both close. I think, if I had to be honest, the Louis Vuitton I felt was smoother in the opening. Okay, like, and again, probably for maybe the first 2 to 3 minutes straight. Now again, that is if you are really gonna just smell yourself straight like this for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, if you spray it and just walk around the house, you're probably not gonna smell the same bitterness and stuff. You're just gonna smell that beautiful orangey, citrusy smell. Okay, so you gotta think of it like that. When you're really up close on it, yes, you are gonna smell the difference right away. Okay, but once you start walking around, honestly, they are really hard to tell apart.
Yeah.
It is very close. And so when you put it like that, and you say they're close, I just don't get how. Now again, the wifey, I think she will still buy it just to say it's a Louis Vuitton. I don't know, maybe she might not.
No, I wouldn't spend that on a fragrance. I'm a bag person.
$300 compared to literally, this lineup has like literally like 20. So 20 times 20, you're looking at almost about like maybe $400 or $500 for 20 of these compared to just one. Again, yes, it probably does smell slightly smoother, and maybe it might last a little bit longer. Maybe the ingredients are a little bit better. But in all honesty, they were too close for me to suggest paying an extra $300. Again, this is not like cereal, okay, where you get the Cinnamon Toast Crunch because it tastes better than the store brand, because that's $2. This is $300 we're talking about. Unless you just have $300 lying around, then go on and get it. Okay? If money's not an issue, then go on and get the real thing. But if you are on a budget, you are trying to stick away from buying the $300 fragrances. Again, this is just our opinion. Obviously, the professionals will probably tell you different, but this is just from two regular Joes.
Joette.
It's real close. Joette and Joe. This is real close. And again, we both kind of agreed on most things, pretty much. We agreed on which one we think is a little bit better. I think this one was slightly better just because it was smoother. I give it that.
It stayed the same.
But this one seemed more brighter to me, in my opinion. The Ardell Saffron seemed a little bit more brighter, a little bit more pop, a little bit more pizzazz than this one. Okay, so there you go. I mean, I don't get you can't get it explained any better than that. Again, I'm not bashing Louis Vuitton. What they are doing, if they can get away with it, kudos to them. Okay, if I could sell some of these fake knockoffs for like double the price and get away with it, I'd probably do it too. So I can't complain about them doing what they do. They can price their stuff at whatever they want. But at the end of the day, there are companies that do it just as good for a fraction of the cost. And with that being said, if you can find that in any stores, and honestly, if you can find any clone, okay? If it's any clone, I'm pretty sure most clones are gonna do it just the same way Ardell Saffron did, maybe something slightly different. But again, at that point, then it's just a little bit of, just a little bit of difference, okay? Again, one might just have a slight bit more orange note, and one might have a little bit more lime. So one might have a little bit more bitter sour, one might be more a little sweet, and it's citrus, okay? So sweet and citrus, or bitter citrus, or sour citrus. It's all personal preference at that point. But we're gonna get up out of here again. Hopefully you guys have been watching through this long video, and if you guys did, again, if you are the winner, comment down below. Congratulations. And the wifey's about to get some birthday stuff. Peace out.